Hey guys, Shane here, Pocket Knife Review. Got a little knife here. I got it on loan from my good buddy Sawtooth Dave, and man, this is just incredible, guys. This is probably not a knife for you. It's not a knife for everybody. It's heavy, it's overbuilt, it's very mechanical, and it's just badass. I wish I could come up with a better definition for it, but it just is, man. It's a really cool knife. That's not really what I wanted to do the video about today. The only reason I've got this knife on here is because this video is actually about the gentleman who built this knife. Now, this knife was designed by Mick Strider. Mick comes with a whole truckload of controversy as well. As a knife designer, though, he's made some of the coolest knives ever designed. But this is about Greg Medford. This knife was built by Medford Knife and Tool. And I just wanted to kind of go over and talk about my opinion on Greg's latest video. I don't typically do YouTube video reactions, but I feel like I wanted to do this one because, Greg has a reputation for being an asshole. He has a reputation for being abrasive. He has a reputation for speaking his mind regardless of how it's going to affect others. And to be honest with you guys, that's why I'm a fan of Greg Medford. Has he said some things in the past that I wouldn't say or that I wish he hadn't have said? I mean, I guess, yeah, but, that's his right. He has the First Amendment right to say whatever the hell he thinks. But this latest video, I feel like was done with a slight bit more taste than normal, and I'm going to link the video in my description. And I thought about it, and when I thought about doing this reaction video, I thought, man, if I just go in here and regurgitate everything Greg said and say how I agree with it, it's going to hurt some people's feelings. And the more I've thought about it, guys, I don't enjoy hurting people's feelings. But to be honest with you, the video hurt my feelings. And the reason that it did was because he spoke the truth. Everything he said in that video, I believe 100%. And, you guys know I try to focus on USA-made knives on this channel. I own a few Chinese-made knives. I'm sure I'll review a few Chinese-made knives. And even Greg admitted there's some great Chinese-made knives out there because we went over there, we sold out our legacy to them, taught them how to build our knives so that we could make more money and do less work. But guys, this is the point. It is a fact that China is a communist country. It is a fact that whenever you talk about, I like to buy from this Chinese knife company or that Chinese knife company, that there's no such thing. You're buying from the Chinese government. Those proceeds are going to fund not just the Chinese military. They're in bed with Russia as well. You look it up, study it yourself. I'm not going into detail, but there is a very good chance that the money that you spent on your Kaiser or Civivi or whatever Chinese-made knife, that one of your dollars could have very well bought a bullet or bullets that were used to assassinate a family in China for having a Bible study in the privacy of their own home. Now, nobody wants to hear that. Nobody wants to think about that. But it's the truth. And if we're going to do it, if we're going to support it, and we're going to send our money there, then you got to be man enough to stand up and say, yep, I know, and I don't care. What I want is more important. As hard a pill as that is to swallow, guys, it's just the truth. There's no way of knowing. There's no way of knowing whether it was your dollar that bought those bullets or not. But everything we buy from that country contributes to that. And I know what the comment section is going to look like. You're on a Chinese-made phone, and the medicine in your cabinets come from China. And that's my point, guys. They are, because they have to, because we don't have any choice anymore, because we sold our souls to save a dollar to the point that now we don't have a choice. And if you think for a second that a country that evil is not going to take advantage of the fact that we gave away our choice to get a better price on a product or to make our lives a little bit easier. If you don't think they're going to take advantage of that, you're ignorant. Because it's happened over and over in history. It will continue to happen in the future. That's just I hate to say it's human nature, but it is. Guys, we're violent creatures. We are greedy creatures. Some of us just do a better job of pushing that back than others. And then some people's entire culture is built around that. Guys, the money we're spending and sending over there is building the concentration camps that they have shipped all the Muslims within China to. I remember just a few years ago, people were defending the Muslim religion and Muslim people, saying, that we can't talk bad about those people and we shouldn't hate those people because it's just the extremists doing what they're doing. And I agree with that. But what about the hundreds of thousands of them now in China that are being sent off to slave labor camps and worked until they die? Not just them. What about the Chinese people themselves who want the freedoms that we have here in the United States, and by simply speaking up for that can be imprisoned or killed? Or I don't even know what religion the Chinese government does okay, but I know it's not Christianity. I know you can be executed for worshiping Christianity in China. Guys, these aren't rumors, man. It's cold hard facts that's what's going on over there. They've not hid the fact at all that they plan on taking down our country without ever stepping foot here. And it's happening. And fortunately, I'm not going to live to be an old man. I probably won't have to suffer that, at least not to its greatest extent, but my kids will, and your kids will, and your grandkids, and so can you look them in the eye and say, I want a cheaper knife, so I didn't really care about what your future held? Can you look them in the eye and say, hey, at some point in time, you're going to have to live off our government check because we don't produce things in this country anymore, and you can't be gainfully employed because I wanted a better deal, because I wanted something that cost a little less, or even that I wanted something that fidgets a little better. Whatever. Can you look them in the eye and tell them that? Because that's where we're at. Whether you want to admit it or not, whether you want to think I'm being an asshole or Greg Medford's being an asshole or anybody that thinks the way we do, whatever. I don't care if that hurts your feelings. Tell me down in the comments, can you look your kids and your grandkids in the eye and tell them that I'm destroying your future because I want a cheaper knife? And I'm okay with that, because that's what we're doing. Because I was one of those people too. Man, one of my very first knife purchases was a damn effing growl copy of a Strider, because I said I'd never be able to afford anything like that. And guys, that is a lie. It's just not true. I guarantee there are very few of you out there who are living on as low an income as I am at the moment. And I find a way. You know what I mean? I don't buy 2 knives a week. I haven't purchased a knife in months. I've done some trading around. I just recently got a long time grail that I'm super proud to have. Man, I got me an M4 Contigo. I love it. But you can afford a $1,000 knife. Now, can you afford 50 of them? Maybe not. But the point is, you can afford to buy American. It's just easier not to. And I'm not bad mouthing you guys. I did it too. I still do it sometimes. Subconsciously, I don't think about it. But we are killing our children's and our grandchildren's futures by doing so. And if you disagree, then it's because you either, for lack of a better term, you're either ignorant and don't know the facts, or you're not willing to accept what you're doing for a more convenient price. And that's just the truth. I'm not going to look down on you for it. I'm not going to badmouth anybody for it. I just want everybody to look inside themselves and say, is this worth it? I appreciate any amount of time you guys spend with me. I love y'all. Peace.